and welcome back to your daily check-in. If you are a subscriber, thank you so much for being here, and if you're new, welcome. This is a timeless reading, but as it is a daily check-in, anytime you're checking it out, you can check in on how you are doing, body, mind, and spirit, and if the divine has any messages for you about your journey of health, which can involve a lot of things. And today, apparently, it involves me realizing I've been sleeping on the job. I looked up today what moon phase we are in, because we had that huge-ass full lunar eclipse a while ago, and apparently that knocked me out, and we went right through the disseminating moon phase and the third quarter phase, I believe. Well, I am not surprised at that at all. I think Mercury, this year, or this month's Mercury retrograde, it only happens, 4 times? I think it's 4 times a year. Well, so I'm just going to do a quick catch up. Yes, this is a moon manifestation reading. So the disseminating moon phase, after all the intensity of the full moon, it can be tempted to fall into a slump. Well, I slumped with the best of them. If things didn't work out for you then, what next? A lot of energy has been expended, and you may want to relax a little during this part of the cycle. Well, I certainly did that. Well, more like I got things done and then I collapsed. If you do, you will find the more you work in accordance with the lunar phases, the more easily life will flow. So, truth, if anyone is doing moon manifestation for the first time, this is just the first time, and it's the first time that I've led other people through this. So this was an experiment. Let's call it an experiment. And hopefully, the more we do this, the more in tune we will be. And what Yasmin Boland is saying is, it'll get easier. This isn't the time to start something new. Well, yeah, obviously. It's a good time to share your wisdom with others. What have you learned? So, actually, that's an interesting question. So I might ask the cards, but if you have anything specific that has kind of come to light during this manifestation that we've been doing, I would be pleased to see it in the comments. Let's see. Yeah, you're now officially in the waning phase. The moon will appear to grow smaller every night between now and its disappearance at the time of the new moon. So we started at the new moon, and we will end then, and we will start a new phase of manifestation. If you it's as though we have stepped through from one side of life to another. We're through the door of the full moon. And now we get to see what's on the other side. Accept where you are, and it's okay. Try to relax during this part of the cycle. If you've been doing the hard yards on manifesting your dreams in the fortnight between the new moon and the full moon, you will have earned a break. Yeah. I mean, mentally and emotionally, spiritually, this is work. This requires focus. It's not outward work, but it's very valuable inward work, towards self-reflection and faith, and trying to work with what you have, and addressing the team of spiritual beings that is on your side, that has been cheering you on this whole time. So this is a great way to get in contact with that part of your life. And the more you get in contact with spirit, hopefully the easier things will get. So when we blast past the third quarter moon phase, In my mind, I feel like I did a third quarter moon phase reading, but obviously we can go over that. Reevaluate, balance, trust. This moon phase can be awkward. It's the halfway point between the wonder of the full moon and the potential of the new moon. On some level, we'll know what didn't work for us in the past, and it has dissolved on an etheric level. It's time to reorient ourselves. Although we might feel tired during this period of the cycle, this is no time to stop or rest on our laurels. The tension at this time, a result of the hard angle between the egotistical sun and the emotional moon. Okay, yeah, I think I did a reading for this one because I remember reading that it was awkward. And apparently it was so awkward I blocked it out. This is me. Yes, this part of the cycle can be at a crossroads. Oh, that's right. And I talked about my totem, my cougar, and I had a vision of him sitting at a crossroads and saying, I've already made the choice for you. You're not going down this way. And now we have reached the last phase of the moon before the new moon. And it has two names. It can be called the waning crescent, but it's also called the balsamic moon phase, which I think is quite cute. I feel like I should call it the salad moon or something. I think I'll have balsamic dressing tonight. So she explains this. The word balsamic comes from the word balsam, which means anything healing or soothing. Yes. And that's what this last part of the lunar cycle before the new moon is all about. Okay. Rest on your laurels. We're done. We're done with the get shit done phase. Oh, you've moved from hopes and dreams to explosions of potential, to realizations of what can and cannot be, to acceptance and forgiveness and surrender, and now comes the healing and soothing. Oh, so basically, shit got real. We had quite a journey. You've got to sit back and relax now, because we're almost at the end of this phase. If you want to live consciously in line with moon cycles, this is the time to go easy on yourself. Start to think about your dreams again and allow hope to guide and inspire you. Remember that anything is possible. Live gently. Oh, I love that. Live gently. Breathe. Breathe. Oh, one of the best ways to work with this cycle is to chant the Sanskrit words Om Namo Narayani, which means I surrender to the divine. Oh. And you know what? You could just say, I surrender to the divine. You don't necessarily need to remember Om Namo Narayani. I will put it in the description, because the Sanskrit, when the yogis were playing with language and seeing how doing verbal manifestations or chanting worked, this is what they devised. Wow, this is super significant because, as you may or may not know, the key is a very significant symbol for me. For me, it means surrender. And for me, the hashtag that really I should be putting with every single reading is the key is to surrender. I think I'll go back and do that, because that's what it is. We work ourselves up. We work ourselves over. We tell ourselves that we're not doing enough. We discourage ourselves. We can do a lot to sabotage ourselves. So trying to do manifestations and take our positive thinking and kind of ritualize it is a way that we can support ourselves. But now, it's just time for you to fall back into the arms of the beloved and just allow yourself to relax. The divine has a plan for all of us, and we are all the divine made manifest. So surrender now. It's easier said than done, but by chanting Om Namo Narayani and asking your soul to surrender, it becomes possible. Interesting. Yeah, I did a 30-day manifestation challenge. So maybe I will see if I can find something that will lead you on a chant. And what chanting is about, it's about activating your voice. It's about activating your will, your confidence, like all of those kind of things. So that's why maybe that's what I need to do for myself, is go back to my 30-day mantra meditations or mantra manifestations. And what they found is the perfect number to repeat this Sanskrit word is 108 times. And of course, you're saying, well, screw that. And I say, no. There's a system devised. 1 second. Okay, I'm such a spaz. I was just having a conversation with Archangel Shemuel. She's the one you call when you lose something. And by the way, that's a good way to practice telepathic or clairaudient stuff. So when you do manifestation, or when you do mantra manifestation, just the verbal kind of what we're doing is, so this is, I believe it's some sort of coral, and there are 108 beads on this, and I was worried I couldn't find them, so I tried to find something that might be a little bit more visible. So, imagine I'm here and I'm ready to, what was the phrase? I surrender to the divine. I surrender to the divine, or Om Namo Narayani. So I would go into my position and work on my breathing and start. I surrender to the divine. I surrender to the divine. I surrender to the divine. And that way you don't have to count. You just have to feel what's going on. And you start at the tassel. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'd rather use these because these are bigger. I think I might try and get different beads. But anyways, that's how it's done. And if you want a cool exercise to do to see if this works for you, then that would be great. So yes, I will try and find a video with Om Namo Narayani, and you don't just have to say it, you can incorporate the breath work. So it will be Om Namo Narayani, I think Om Namo Narayani, Om Namo Narayani, and that's how you would vocalize. Ooh, that feels good. Om Namo Narayani, I surrender to the divine. Well, Om Namo Narayani isn't too hard. Like some of the Sanskrit chants are really quite long, and it took me a while to hear all the different sounds and how things were pronounced. But I would suggest, instead of, you can say I surrender to the divine anytime, but when you're doing the chanting work and the breath work, stick with Om Namo Narayani. Easier said than done, but by chanting this, you're asking your soul to surrender, and it becomes possible. So if you are finding it hard to surrender, because it's letting go, It's saying you take the wheel. And it's hard. It's really hard to do that. And that's why the message that I got from Archangel Metatron years ago was the key is to surrender. That's what it means in your life. And that's what it could mean for other people in their lives. The key is to surrender. The lunar cycle is ending, and it's really time to let go and move on. It's also time for rest and healing. Give yourself a break. Daydream. Dream big. Go wild in your imagination. Smile to yourself. Once again, this is a brilliant time to put a stop to any habits that aren't good for you. It's also a time to end a relationship that isn't working for you. Amen. If there has been drama with someone, you may want to... If there has been drama with someone and you want to continue the relationship, this is another wonderful time to release upset. So, if your relationship is healthy and it's just some drama that needs to be dealt with, okay. But if you are in a relationship that is not making you feel good, that doesn't feel right, and is just, for a lot of reasons, making you feel out of place, awkward, and bringing up doubts and insecurities, you can take the time to trust your body, trust your intuition. And you've been doing all this work on manifestation and trying to trust your intuition. In relationships, super important. Because if you are not feeling good, and especially if you are not feeling safe, if you're not feeling respected, you can step away. That is your right to step away or ask someone to step away. Because that is the only way that bad patterns, bad habits that don't seem to be loosening their grip on you or on someone else, you gotta try something else, because you can only handle the stress of that for so long because it wears you down, and you can't afford to lose that much energy on something that's not working. And again, I know it's hard, but trust your gut. And if you need to let go, give yourself permission to let go. Talk to other people, other people you trust about it, and see how you feel. So now you have an overview of how to connect with the moon. And the moon can be used as a magical cosmic timer to help you create your ideal life. And connecting with the moon puts us in touch with her cycles and rhythms. Yes. All right, so the next time that we go through this, we are now in the know, and we've done this once. Maybe one of the things you want to think about is, how do I want to do this differently next time? Because, this was our dry run. Now, finally get to the cards. But, that shop talk, or whatever they call it, the paperwork, it was necessary just to do a catch-up, because I don't want you guys, if you're following the Moon Manifestation series, to be lost. And I want to try and give you as many tools as possible to try and support your journey. And I've been adding stuff to the meditation playlist that is connected to my site, and stuff to the ADHD. So you can always pop in there and check in on some things that I think are worth the time to listen to. Does because they resonate with me, so they might resonate with you. But in this interesting last phase of the moon, before the new moon, what does the divine have to say? I didn't even get it out all the way. Oh, dark side of the moon. Mystery. Yeah. Mystery. And I was listening to another reader that I've just started being engaged with, and she said something about rainbows. So that's a confirmation for me. That there's always been a rainbow drifting over your head. I think I put Rainbow by Katie Musgraves in my music section. I'm sure I have. It's so beautiful. Okay, what else does the divine... Oh, thank you for being here, divine. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's a lot of cards. So I'll take the top one. The Moon's Wisdom. Take the lead. That's an interesting card. I am going to look up each one of these because I'm not as familiar with this deck. So yes, thank you, divine, for being here. Thank you to all our guides and angels for giving us clear messages, even if I'm a little slow in the uptake. That's all right. I'm going to allow myself my my different way of doing things, because this is me right now. And that's the surrender thing. It's like, I can only do what I can do. I can only work with what I have. I can, work well with what I have, but I have to kind of frame my expectations. Okay, that was weird. Yeah, scale your expectations down to what you can reasonably realize. Oh, and that just flipped. Oh, and it, interesting. We've got, do we have two cards? We do. Interesting. So we have a rainbow going out the top and a rainbow going out the bottom. Okay, maybe that means that we need to do some chakra work from top to bottom. This one is Moonrise Cleansing. And then we have Moon's Moment. Oh, something was on the counter. Moon's Moment, Synchronicity. Okay. So, again, learning about this together. Moon Memories. What was up there? Dark Moon, Dark Side of the Moon 32. Okay. Drawing this card suggests that the way forward is not yet brightly lit, so to speak. There is a mystery surrounding your question. You probably already sense that. It could be that someone isn't being entirely upfront with you. So that could be, it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It could be any relationship. Don't be alarmed. It may simply be that whoever this question involves doesn't feel ready to show all their cards. Or perhaps the situation you're inquiring about hasn't yet fully evolved to its final state. At this point, it's just impossible to know the answer to your question. The best thing to do, and if you can believe this, the best thing to do is work with what you do know and surrender the need to know everything. On one hand, it could be that the answer to your question is shrouded in darkness because there's some foul play happening. On the other, it could be that you just don't need to know more. At least not yet. Stay optimistic now, rather than focusing on any fears you have around the situation. Additional meanings. You have free will. Some things are better left unsaid. Trust the universe. Surrender to the divine. See what happens. Face any fears around your question and see your glass as half full. Super mysterious. We never see this side of the moon on Earth because of the way the moon turns. But we know it's there. And we know it's unknowable. Isn't that frustrating? This only makes us more inquisitive about it. Mystery. So I believe what they're saying is it's just going to be a mystery for now. And whether this thing that's going on with a person around you, whether there was foul play or whether it's just not time yet to know all the information, either way, it doesn't matter, because your job is to take care of you. Your job is to surrender and trust the universe and focus on your needs, not their needs. Take the lead. And that is an interesting follow-up to the other card then. See, I'm just going through and going, it'll show. Well, there's synchronicity, but I don't need synchronicity yet. I need to take the lead. Sometimes you just need to stand up for yourself. And this is one of those times. The sad truth is that in your current situation, if you continue to act like an ingenue or someone who feels less than, there are certain people who will exploit their power or authority over you. They do this because they have their own insecurities and they're trying to make themselves feel more powerful. Yeah. When someone mentally, emotionally, physically, sexually abuses someone else, it is about power. I want to feel better than you. I want to make you smaller than me because I feel small, which in no way is an excuse for abuse. It's a reason, but nothing could ever make it right. So, again, if we're going back to, is there foul play going on? And whether there is or whether there isn't, the fact that you don't know means you step away, right? You don't have to trust someone blindly. Let's see. So, what to do? You need to take the lead to show the world that you're in control of yourself and whatever is happening around you. Step up and take authority. Be the boss. What do you need to do to turn the situation around in your favor? Do that. If you feel that there's nothing you can do, then you're not trying hard enough. Yasmin! Don't sugarcoat it. Please. I forget that Yasmin wrote this as well. That's funny. If you can't take practical steps, work on the situation energetically instead. I would have been a bit softer when I said that. I would have been like, try manifestation with beads and, make lists of things that you won't accept. Do this via meditating and seeing what your higher self tells you, creating a vision board, or being creative or creatively visualizing the outcome you seek. Believe in you. Additional meanings for this card. You've got this. You're wiser than you know. Stop putting yourself down. Connect with wise Hindu goddess Saravati. I think I'm seeing the card in my mind. She's the musician. She's got a lute in her hand and she's got an elephant behind her. And the elephant is the symbol of the remover of obstacles. So in this case, I think you need to see the obstacles and either back off or remove that obstacle. Decide what you want instead of just letting it be I don't know. Yeah, and it also brings to mind Ganesh, the Hindu elephant god, and that was the one Sanskrit mantra that I always remember, because when I'm sitting in an Uber and I'm like, oh my God, I have to get there. Oh my God, I have to get there. I tell myself to calm these down, and it's Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. And I just do that, and I give it over to Divine and say, hey, if we breeze through and green lights, that's great. But right now I have no control other than saying, hey, Divine, hey, Ganesh, you listening? Help! Connecting with the moon can bring wisdom. That's why women in particular and some magical men have worked with the moon for millennia. Make a wise choice. Of course I'm going to get the card. So yeah, this is my goddess cards, and oh, that's Lakshmi. That's not the one I'm thinking of. Like one in. Blessings to you. Ah, here it is. Oh, it's not an elephant. It's a swan. Sarasvati. Isn't that beautiful? And notice there's a lotus. There's also, yeah, there's a lotus that she's stepping on, and there's one swan. There's not two. Express yourself through creative activities. So stop worrying about what other people are doing and focus on something enjoyable, beautiful, creative. So I just want to give you as much to work with as possible, as much to consider as possible. So the message from Sarasvati: you're a limitless being. If it seems that you have time, money, or other restrictions, it's simply because your mind is focused upon the material world. You can unlimit yourself by lifting the cloak of the material world from your focus. Music is essential for expression of non-material ideas and energies. Music colors our surroundings with emanations from the highest vibrational fields. It allows us to escape all limitations in our thinking and very existence. Surround yourself in music and allow it to stimulate your own creative thinking and to spark new ideas. Flow with the music and give yourself permission to investigate and experiment with putting your creative ideas into action. Enjoy being limitless. So play music, sing, dance, draw, paint, write, do something creative. Study or change to a career that gives you creative freedom. Take a creative class, invest in an artistic hobby, keep a journal of your creative ideas, join a writing club, or other creative support systems. So yes, it's Sarasvati, the Hindu goddess of the arts. And I mean, if you want to look up the swan totem, that's another connection there. Love, but I would say we're practicing self-care, self-love, because there's one swan, not two. Whew, so much information. I mean, the divine I just feel like I opened the floodgates today, because I've been thinking about doing readings for the last 2 days and kind of working through a fog, and now I'm finally here, and we're doing moon cleansing, which makes a lot of sense. Sorry, I was way off base. Moon cleansing. Drawing this card suggests you've been through a very difficult situation from which you're now finally emerging. Even though you're nearing the end of this challenging period of your life, or perhaps you're already there, you still have energetic cords or attachments that you need to clear from your life. So, under the manifestation link in my YouTube profile, there is a Archangel Michael cord cutting meditation there. That's how you do that. So do so. Let's see. Energetic. You still have energetic cords attached to that person or that situation that need to be cleared from your life. Think of them as energetic debris that needs to be washed away by time and intention. Just as we can see the moon rise nearly every night in the sky, so you too are nearly always able to process upsets with some effort. You need to carry out this cleansing of your body, mind, and spirit, or you risk remaining stuck in the past, and that's no good. Sit under the moon beams, and ask her to cleanse you. Ask Archangel Michael to cut your cords to the past. Take regular salt baths. Most importantly, set the intention that you're cleansing yourself of the past so you may face a happier present and a brighter future. Once you've cleansed, you can start over in a way that you may not have even believed was possible. Additional meanings. Something in this situation needs to be cleared. Use sage so you can smudge yourself, your home, your everything, to clear your home energetically, which I've already done. It felt great. I highly recommend it. You are emerging cleansed. Integrity and truth will win the day. Be kind, but also be very honest. Yeah. Moonrise is when the moon rises above the horizon. We can't see the moon every single night for various reasons, which we read with the other one. But she's there, always, reliably, even if you can't see her. Oh. Synchronicity. God, this is emotional. Look it up, Kelly. Synchronicity. Here we go. Something is flowing in the right direction. For when this card comes up, everything is already falling into place. Or will do so very soon. So, all this shit we've been talking about, cleansing, manifesting, doing mantras, aligning your chakras, whatever feels right to you to cleanse yourself, taking a bath with essential oils, go to a healing circuit with water, you could do a steam, like a steam with essential oils. It's a shower, not a bath, where you just put it in the water in a bath and run really hot shower for a while, and then change the temperature and get in there and just breathe in the lavender or whatever it is you need to get to expel things from your body. Lavender is just very cleansing and calming. So you could do that. Let's see. You could perhaps attribute to a life. Oh, wait, I'm going to go back a bit. Even if you fervently believe that you create your own reality, as I do, there are times when events have almost felt destined. And this is one of those times. You could perhaps attribute it to a life unfolding and revealing the lessons our souls need to learn in this lifetime. There is synchronicity at work. I listened to a reading today that was basically this. That's crazy. You're exactly where you're meant to be, learning the lessons you need. Everything is lining up as it needs to. So trust the process. The key is to surrender as much as you can and stay optimistic for your desired outcome. Whatever the situation you're asking about, know it's not a random development in your life, but a step along your path and meant to teach you. The sooner you pay attention to the lessons, the sooner you'll be able to navigate your way to where you want to go. Additional meanings. Divine timing is unfolding. Events now have a purpose. You're in the right place at the right time. Everything happens for a reason, or there is a reason why everything happens. About this symbol, the moon knows exactly where she should be at any one time. So do you. That's right. The moon knows the ever. Wow, you can tell I'm getting tired when I'm losing my words. All right, I'm just going to do a quick confirmation for these cards. Whew, and then have a tea. All right, I haven't shuffled these. So this is the Green Witch deck. It's quite beautiful. I love it. And we are going to, this layout of moon cards gave us so much information. Maybe the divine can give us some other ways that that you can achieve rest right now. Rest and cleansing and letting go and telling, being honest with yourself. How are some other ways that we could do that, divine? Because all these things may not, resonate with everyone. Somebody may sing and somebody else is like, I can't hold a tune. What do I do? You don't have to sing. You can do something else. Make them laugh, make them laugh, make them laugh. Interesting. Okay. So we have tend, maintenance, encouragement, guidance. So yes, you're definitely tending to yourself right now. And this goes right in line with synchronicity. Success. If you employ whatever cleansing rituals that make sense to you, this is where you'll end up. It will be synchronistic, and it will be a good, a good end to this phase of the cycle, or this cycle that we've just done. And you need to get rest and get your energy up again, because when we go into the new moon, we want to be full steam ahead. But you can't do that if you don't have any steam. So this phase is really, really important, especially if there's things that are going on in your life that are painful or are hurting you in some way. This is the time to get rid of the things that aren't working, the things that... Slow down, Kelly. Slow down. What else, divine? Oh! Roots. Healthy patterns. Early growth. Interesting. Huh. That definitely looks like two people, and symbolically, putting something to rest. So take the lead on that one. And I think you need to start growing your own roots. So I would do meditations for myself, for my clients all the time, where you just see roots coming out when you're trying to ground. But there's lots of ways you can ground, but roots are a great way because we are connected to the earth. Gravity makes it so. So you may as well take advantage of that connection and reconnect to the earth with roots. Think of us as trees that are walking around. They're Ents, like the Lord of the Rings. Oh, that's too many cards, so I will just take the first. Sickle, focus, regrowth, letting go. That's basically all the advice we already got. So, it's another one where I feel like I'm sweating. I will put a link to all the things that I think might help in this phase, and I will also put them in the correct category in my playlists. And good luck. I'm still going to be here tomorrow. We have, what is it, until I believe it's the 18th. The 18th of March is the new moon, the new moon. So you don't need to rush. You have a week to focus on this, to kind of take out the trash and just focus on yourself. And hopefully you can, readjust your boundaries, readjust your perspective, be realistic with yourself, and find a way to support and soothe yourself right now. And that would be my advice. All right, I'm going to wrap it up. But I am very excited for the fairy live, coming up on the 17th of March, which is St. Patrick's Day. So that'll be fun. Join my Facebook group, Energy Healing Oracle 555, and the invitation will be there. You can join on. And if there are any questions about love or luck or magic, ask away. All right. Thank you so much. If you've gotten to the end, whoo, congratulations. And if you have any questions, if things resonated with you, drop a couple hearts or a couple moons into the comment section. It's nice to know that people are out there and they're finding synchronicities in the readings that are coming through. Because as much as this one resonates with me, this is for my beautiful collective of sensitives whom I am trying to support in this way. So take care, and I will talk to you later. Bye.